this bit of the job sure is easier with two people. It's not that the mesh is not heavy. It's actually very light, but it's just a bit cumbersome and you just need to be careful with it. And then I just progressively, see, I raised it a little bit, tied it off. Now I'll just raise it up another one and retie it. These are only temporary ties, you know, just to hold it up while we get to the next bit. There. The next thing that happens is I bring my Land Cruiser in and I park it in under there, and I stand on the back of the tray and I work, and I take one side at a time and lift the mesh to the outside. Right, now this is a tricky bit, and I wouldn't advise doing this off a ladder. I get up on the back of my ute and I've got to lift the mesh from the inside of the post where it's tied now to the outside. It's not hard, it's not heavy, it's just a bit tricky.
Researchers, when you walk in the room from 1964, we're going to do a little bit of what comes next. Next day, lifestyle with you. Draw the afternoon to a close. And we'll be doing for on Instagram. Gilbert will be keeping you company.
Structure arriving all the time. Renovator Clearance Centre. 11 Bench Street, Gidgee. A division of the plumbing shop. Sunshine Minor 10 is serious about building. Backed up by the largest supplier of timber in the Kaluna and Sunshine Coast region. They take pride in the fact that they can provide all your hardware and builders PM Monday to Friday. 24 Flood Road East Street, Creek, Gympie, or call 54 839 600.
Warning, warning, images will cause excitement. Looking for visual dynamite? Look to Bridgestone
See?
Tyres.
Just like that.
Bridgestone Tyre Centre Gympie has some
It's resting on this rib here in the little slot in the top of the steel post, and it can sit there quite comfortably now while I put the other sheet on, and then when both sheets are lined up properly, I'll wire them all off. Well, we've just about got all the mesh done now. It's all been wired onto the posts. This join, see the join there at the centre, that's all been wired. Every one has got a tie on it all the way around. It's a little bit out of line there, but that's because one piece is sitting over the top of the other and they're bent over. So you'll get that. That's how it'll be at the bottom on one side. If you make sure one side's lined up, the other side will be a little bit out like that, but that's not a problem. And so all the posts all the way around have been all wired up, and it's now ready. If you're going to use it for a carport, it's now ready to have a tarp put over it. I've got my tarp laid out now, and the next thing to do is to tie my ropes on. These ropes I'm going to throw over the top of the mesh, and I'll pull the tarp up from the other side. The ropes I'm using are my tent ropes, but you could use anything. You need about 8 metres by 3 lots of 8 metres to pull the tarp over. So the ropes have been thrown over, and all I do now is go around the other side and start pulling on them. It's pretty windy today, so it might take a bit. Okay, so there it is, it's temporarily tied on. Now I'm going to finish tying it down. I'll put it silver on the inside because I want it lighter on the inside because I'm using it as a stable. But if you wanted to make it cooler on the inside, you'd put the silver to the outside if you wanted it for car storage or something like that, or to sit under as a shade house.
Travellers through Gympie rely on the service and expertise at Land Rover Spares and Repairs. There's a 24-hour tilt trade service and Land.
Well, there it is. Finished if you wanted a carport. It's done now, it's all tied down on all the points of the tarp. So that's quite big in there. And that is going to be a stable for my horse while he's sick. Now if you wanted to fit a float in, a horse float, you could just adjust the width of the carport, just make it a little bit narrower and have the posts, these ones are reasonably straight. You can see as opposed to this post of my house, I've put these ones in fairly straight, and if you had them just about 9 or 10 inches closer together, that wire would be a lot higher and your horse float would easily fit. So there you go. So now I'm going to run off and put logs all around the bottom inside, fill it with sawdust and add shade cloth, and it'll be ready for my horse. I hope you've enjoyed my carport for under $300. Bye.